I don't even know how to film anymore. I feel like...
Oh, me too, to be honest. Hello, darlings.
Hey guys, sorry. I don't mean to be like awkward. It's been a while. This is my first video back. I feel like every video I do is like my first video back. I am getting my life together. Life is really, I feel like life for everyone is just really confusing right now.
Oh yeah, especially now.
I had this idea for a video because I feel like we're pretty closed off as a couple to the public. I mean,
well, I mean, in general, that's how I am.
But like, I feel like when it comes to the internet, it's a different thing. Like, I feel like we chose consciously to not share too much with the internet.
I guess, yeah.
Why?
Because it's healthier.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Why do you think? We look like we're about to fall asleep. I cannot stop staring at your eyebrow hair.
Count Olaf, right here. You know Count Olaf?
Can you rip it out?
No, bro, I can't. I tried so many times, like in front of the mirror and trying to do it.
I can't stop looking at it. Just stay still.
Okay, but don't take out my eye, bro. Be careful throwing it on the floor because it's gonna grow like a tree. That shit grows like crazy.
We have become more private with everything, even with Noah. And it's weird because if you look back at my channel, I've always been very public. I think that as our relationship progressed, or honestly, as I matured in general, I just take a lot of joy in experiencing moments without posting them. Most of you are just so amazing though, and that's why I want to be like, let's do little things like this that we feel comfortable letting you guys in a little bit more. We've been together in October. It's gonna be 4 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I remember vividly when we first started dating. I think it might have been like I have a boyfriend story time or my pregnant and engaged story thing. I don't know. Someone commented and I remember it. They said something along the lines of like, I'll see you in a year when you're divorced. I'm not like offended by those comments, by the way. I actually think it's funny looking back at them now. But people were hating on you, man. That's why they said we were gonna get divorced, because we seemed really awkward together.
People will hate on you no matter what you do. So whatever, bro.
Let's just begin because I feel like we just rambled on and didn't even say anything. All right.
By the way, people want us to do a podcast. You heard?
Shut up. If Nasim suggests to me one more time that we need to have a podcast together, I'm throwing him out a window.
Let's do what it's called?
No, we're not. I know what you're saying. A poll?
A poll.
No.
Okay, you guys let us know. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What the fuck are we gonna talk about in a podcast?
Oh, a bunch of shit, bro. I have like different subjects.
No, I don't want to talk about history
Why
or
not?
economics.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna fall asleep on the fucking table.
Oh, we'll talk about some stuff like depression, like stuff like veganism.
I don't want to talk about depression. What are you, my therapist?
Type
It's a
of
beautiful
therapist.
idea. And you know what? Maybe in about 2 to 3 business years.
All right.
Do you guys feel like you are still in the honeymoon phase?
What does that mean? Does that honeymoon?
The honeymoon phase is basically, it's like that butterfly, everything's like perfect. Oh my God, this is beautiful phase.
I mean, that's in the movies, bro. That's Hollywood, not reality.
Damn, that's cold, man.
I mean, I'm being honest.
That's ice cold.
No, I love you with all my heart. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know what's that phase, but...
No. I think that there's definite moments. Actually, I had a moment yesterday where like I'll just look at Nasim and then I just tell him like, I want to marry you again. Like I love him so much.
It's not butterfly every day, but...
Not butterfly every day at all. But there's love every day.
Ah, for sure.
Another very common question. Babies, babies, babies. When we popping out another baby?
I don't know about babies, especially now.
No, definitely not now.
Future,
Hello.
for sure.
Yeah, I think we definitely do want to have more children.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I think just not right now because of Corona. Sure. If it was in a perfect world without Corona, I would want to start having another baby already. Have you ever had doubts in your relationship? If so, how did you overcome or ignore them?
Maybe at the beginning, going into an unknown territory, you're like in the middle.
Yeah.
Even though I know for sure we had that connection.
Yeah.
And that chemistry, but moving to the next phase, it's always you're gonna be like, you're not sure where you're going.
Yeah. I think that if you move as fast as we did, can anyone move faster than we did? I don't think you can. Not even if you tried.
But we didn't do it on purpose also. So
no, I know. But I'm saying like if you move that fast, even though it was purely out of love and purely like we knew that the other person was the one, no doubt about it. I knew that Nasim was the person I was gonna marry the first night I spent with him. If you do that as quickly as we did and you get married and get pregnant so soon after you meet someone, you'd be insane to not have doubts. Like I had a lot of doubts of like, is this person gonna be a good father? I barely even know him and I'm pregnant with his child. I love him and what I've seen of him, and I just like, I felt like my soul was with yours like straight up the first night I met you. But you have to trust the process too.
You know,
and I think that's
for me, I was like, I'm about to jump into a new phase in my life and I wasn't even sure if I'm gonna live here in the United States or go back to France.
Yeah.
That's how my head was at that time. So it's you're always gonna have doubts.
I feel like for me, one of the biggest doubts was just the whole parenting thing. I was nervous because you can love someone, you can have a connection with someone. That does not mean you're gonna parent well with someone. I always say I got so lucky because I got pregnant so quick that if that had been with like literally, look at my dating story times, it could have been with anyone, and that would have been a disaster. Favorite and least favorite quality. You first.
This.
Well, go on. Say it.
You're stubborn, but you're not stubborn as me, so that's good.
No, I'm not as stubborn as you. I complain a lot.
That too.
Okay, what's your favorite quality about me?
You're like a person that is always trying to do everything for the other person before yourself. That's a huge quality. I see it in your family, not only with me.
That's just beautiful, baby.
It's just beautiful.
My least favorite quality about you is that you're extremely stubborn. Like really bad. Like you can know that you are wrong. In your head, you're telling yourself, Nasim, you are wrong. And you will just go hard for whatever the fuck you were just talking about. But then you give him like a couple hours, he's like, all right, I was wrong.
Yeah. So you see?
That's the training I provided.
Yeah, right. That's true.
That did not come with the
with the package.
With the package. My favorite quality about you is that you are extremely supportive. You love me very, very kindly through my depression or when I'm feeling really down, and you just understand and really support me in a very, very selfless and wonderful way without making me feel like I'm annoying or like I'm a burden or like I'm just not fun to be around, because sometimes I'm just not fun to be around and I'm not feeling well. And you are just a very, very uplifting and positive person, and that's my favorite trait about you. I like this question. What's Nasim's favorite word in English? I know what it is.
What is it? Tell me.
What's the word you say the most?
Bro?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, that's from Miami.
Nasim thinks he's Cuban because he lived in Miami for 2 years.
I lived for 2 years, bro. That's it. You became a Miami.
He's an honorary Cuban.
305, bro.
Could Nasim talk more about his journey to America?
Before I used to live in the UK for a year before moving to the United States. I was playing soccer professionally, and then I had an injury. I did rehab, and then I couldn't get back to playing, so I decided to pursue something else. And I was always, a fan of marketing and economy. From the UK, that's when I decided. A friend of mine moved to San Francisco and was doing like a program, but it was a different major. So I was like, why not? If you want to learn marketing and economics and all of that, place to be is the United States. So I moved to San Francisco there. Then I moved down to LA with the same friend that I met in the UK. I wasn't actually sure to stay in the United States because I didn't like that much the lifestyle. That friend convinced me to move to LA. Then I moved to LA. Then I met you.
You were planning on staying how much longer in LA before you moved back to France?
Oh, I was gonna stay like probably finish like a good 7 months. I was thinking to go to Costa Rica because I had a friend in Costa Rica that we went to visit. I liked Costa Rica, it was amazing. So I wanted to go there for a few months, then go back home. So that was the plan, but plans changed.
4 years later, you're still in fucking United States. Did the cultural difference affect your relationship?
Nah, not really, because your culture is like close to a Spaniard/Cuban. My culture is Berber North African. My dad's side of the family is from the south of France, so it's like a Mediterranean culture.
I can't stop staring at your hands. Are you making some bread?
And your culture is not that different either.
Just the vibe is very similar, very...
It's family oriented too. It's like
super.
We definitely have the same vibes.
In different ways, but like it's not even different enough to really notice too much.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
How did you feel when you found out you were pregnant?
Oh boy. No. Look at the time that you told me, bro.
I'm the fucking
I was
worst.
like 15 minutes about to board in the plane.
I think I've told this story.
Yeah, but we gotta say it again. 15 minutes, like they announced boarding and Group A is going, I'm Group B, yeah?
He was flying to Miami to see me.
Flying to Miami to move.
Oh, to move.
I was moving with my 2 suitcases and
a backpack.
The backpack. I know if you're European, you know the backpack that we take.
He answered the phone. I felt so bad. But I was freaking out. Backstory, I knew I was pregnant. I was going to wait until he got there to tell him. However, I started bleeding.
I guess that didn't happen.
I started bleeding a little bit, so I got scared. So whatever, I called him and I just said, listen, first of all, I'm pregnant. And second of all, I'm bleeding.
I was about to go into the plane. She calls me and she tells me all of that.
So how'd you feel?
How did I feel? I was dying for 4 hours, bro. What do you...
I was scared. That's why I called him. But that was a horrible...
Yeah.
If I could go back, I would change it. But I think for me, I knew I was pregnant before I took the test. I've told you guys about that in like a video a long time ago. But I had a lot of fear. Like when I actually saw that test, oh my God, it was like I was gonna throw up. It was a very, very scary thing. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, I think I'm pregnant. I thought I was pregnant almost every month since I got my period when I was 13. I literally always think I'm pregnant. How many times do I think I'm pregnant? I think I took a pregnancy test this month. But I was terrified.
But you don't call me before I born.
Yeah, I shouldn't have called you. That was
no. I mean, it's. I get it. I get it why you did it.
Do you ever feel like Noah came too soon in your relationship, pushed you to get serious faster than you liked?
It didn't push me to be serious because when you know, and how I am is that when I know it's worth it, there's no way I'm not gonna be serious. But would it be better
if we had
more time? Of course.
There's another question, like basically asking, do you regret not having more alone time before you had Noah? And I think sometimes that thought crosses my mind because we never really got to date. The only time that we ever dated, I was pregnant. Everything happens perfectly and as it should. We love Noah to death, so we're never gonna say, oh, that shouldn't have happened or anything like that. But if we could perfectly have planned and to have Noah himself later on, maybe like a year.
It will be a year.
After.
A year is a good time, yeah.
That would have been cool. We'll get time later on as well. Once Noah's grown up and our kids are grown up, we're gonna have that time to travel or do whatever we want. I just saw your question. Are you a fan of your husband's forts? I'm actually really fucking not. And they're disgusting. And he traps them under the covers so that when I get into bed, I'll fucking like a burrito at night. Your disgusting trash farts come into my nose.
That's the secret weapons.
No. How did Nassim propose? I feel like I told that story.
Yeah, it was the New Year.
New Year's Eve. I was pregnant and sober and tired. I was not expecting for him to propose at all. I actually reacted so dumb. Do you remember?
I wasn't dumb.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was so shocked that I just couldn't stop shouting, what the fuck are you doing? How was it overcoming the language barrier? When I look back at the beginning of our relationship,
I was broken English, bro.
Yeah, I was a lot more broken, and I didn't realize.
I didn't know how to express myself.
Plus, you spoke to me with your body.
Yeah, you spoke to me with your body. That's right.
I guess I honestly didn't really notice in the beginning, but now you've really, really excelled with your English.
Of course.
Meanwhile, me with my French.
Yeah.
I get on myself every day about why I haven't learned French in 4 fucking years, and I still tell your mom the same 2 words. Bonjour, ça va, ok, au revoir. And then your mom's like, ça va? And I'm like, ça va, bien. Where did darlings come from?
I guess from my experience living in the UK, once it just came to my head. Hello, darlings.
Wow. You're so innovative. Who cooks the best?
Yeah, if you want an egg, probably not an egg.
No,
quesadilla I can do.
You could make an egg as long as you only want it boiled.
Yes. Long story short, I don't know how to cook.
I'm the cook in this relationship. No. The only things that I wouldn't call it cooking, but you've prepared for me, like frozen sandwiches, like put them in the air fryer.
I try to do some.
And they're delicious, but not things that like
cooking.
You've never made a meal for me.
It's not true. Not all French people cook, okay?
And the insane thing is that your mom cooks so much.
My mom,
that you would think that you would have come out cooking well.
I guess, yeah.
So I feel like we covered a lot of things. Noah's about to wake up from his nap, so we gotta skedaddle on out of here. We have some stuff planned. Next up is just me not being so critical and hard on myself.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't, but something
it's a mental illness, love.
You have to work it out personally.
Can't help it. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We answered as many questions as we could, and Noah's about to wake up, and we gotta go.
See you later.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.